On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Rack.
Wreckage or debris from a destroyed structure, verb, to cause destruction or great pain.
Examples:
Go to rack. Rack my brain. The wrack left behind by the storm was immense and widespread.
Rancid.
Having a bad taste or smell because it is old and no longer fresh.
Examples:
Turn rancid. Rancid oil. The food had a rancid smell and was inedible.
Armpit.
The hollow under the arm where it joins the shoulder.
Examples:
Hair of the armpits. Armpit area. This stick will deodorize your armpits.
Feverish.
Having or showing symptoms of a high temperature, such as sweating and shivering, characterized by or showing strong feelings of excitement or energy.
Examples:
Feel feverish. At a feverish pitch. She had a feverish look in her eyes as she struggled with illness.
Beak.
The hard and pointed or curved mouth of a bird.
Examples:
Sharp beak. A tip of the beak. The bird's beak evolves according to the type of prey it can take on the area.
Terrifying.
Very frightening or intimidating.
Examples:
Terrifying experience. Terrifying events. Large earthquakes often generate terrifying tsunamis.
Pandemic.
An outbreak of a disease that affects many people over a very wide area.
Examples:
Flu pandemic. Global pandemic. They fear a pandemic of a new type of virus.
Aftershock.
A tremor or series of tremors that follows a larger earthquake.
Examples:
The aftershock of a traumatic event. Aftershock magnitude. He felt the aftershock of the earthquake while he was still recovering from the initial shock.
Eyepiece.
A lens or combination of lenses at the eye end of an optical instrument such as a microscope or telescope.
Examples:
The eyepiece on the binoculars. Eyepiece device. She adjusted the eyepiece of the microscope to get a clearer view of the specimen.
Pungent.
Having a strong, sharp odor or taste.
Examples:
Pungent criticism. Pungent taste. The pungent aroma of garlic filled the kitchen.
Cinnamon.
A sweet spicy aromatic bark of an Asian tree used as a spice or condiment.
Examples:
Cinnamon stick. Cinnamon cake. The aroma of cinnamon filled the kitchen as the cookies were baked.
Turpentine.
A colorless or yellowish volatile liquid obtained from the resin of pine trees and used as a solvent and thinner.
Examples:
Spirit of turpentine. Turpentine solvent. The smell of turpentine filled the room as the painter worked.
Roast.
To cook food by surrounding it with hot, dry air, especially in an oven.
Examples:
Roast coffee beans. Roast beef. The chef roasted the chicken to perfection in the oven.
Viper.
Venomous snake.
Examples:
Brood of vipers. Viper poison. The pit viper coiled up, ready to strike at its prey.
Miasma.
A heavy, oppressive atmosphere, a feeling of great unhappiness, unease, or negativity.
Examples:
The miasma of the marshes. A miasma of sadness. The miasma of smoke from the factory was a constant health hazard.
Emanate.
To emit, send out something, to express a quality or feeling.
Examples:
Emanate light. Emanate happiness. The fragrance of flowers emanated from the garden.
Swamp.
An area of low-lying land that is flooded or saturated with water, often having a growth of natural vegetation.
Examples:
Muddy swamp. Swamp tour. The lowland swamp was full of dangerous animals and poisonous plants.
Carcass.
The dead body of an animal, especially one that has been killed for food.
Examples:
Examine a carcass. Carcass disposal. The animal's carcass was found in the forest, most likely killed by a predator.
Pomander.
A perforated ball filled with fragrant spices used to perfume clothing or rooms.
Examples:
A pomander ball. A pomander fragrance. The bride wore a pomander filled with rose petals as she walked down the aisle.
Hazmat.
Abbreviation of hazardous material, referring to substances that pose a risk to human health and the environment.
Examples:
Hazmat material. Hazmat incident. The hazardous materials team was called to the scene in their hazmat suits.
Pore.
A tiny hole in the skin of people or other animals that sweat can pass through. Verb, to read carefully or study attentively.
Examples:
Woody pore fungi. Pore over reference books. I was sweating at every pore.
Culprit.
Someone who is responsible for a crime or wrongdoing.
Examples:
The culprit of global warming. The arrest of the culprit. They finally found the culprit of the bug after a long time.
Flea.
A small, agile, wingless, and parasitic insect that feeds on the blood of mammals and birds.
Examples:
Local flea market. Flea infestation. The flea-borne disease caused a severe outbreak in the city.
Unintentional.
Not done or made on purpose, accidental.
Examples:
Avoid unintentional harm. Unintentional insult. The mistake was unintentional and made in good faith.
Get up.
A person's clothing, appearance, or style.
Examples:
A clownish getup. A sharp getup. The bride was stunning in her elegant wedding getup.
Macabre.
Gruesome, grisly, relating to death.
Examples:
Macabre tales of war. Macabre art. The macabre scene in the horror movie gave her nightmares for weeks.
Fascination.
The state of being intensely interested in someone or something, or a powerful attraction.
Examples:
Wrapped in fascination. The fascination with classical music. I looked at the painting in fascination.
Corruptible.
Capable of being made to do something dishonest or immoral.
Examples:
Corruptible officials. Corruptible judges. Bureaucracies are more corruptible than other systems or organizations.
Fender.
A barrier that surrounds the wheels of a vehicle to block splashing water or mud. A cushion-like device that reduces shock due to an impact.
Examples:
Front fender. Vehicle fender. He had a fender bender last night.
Concoction.
The mixture, often a complicated one, a preparation made by combining various ingredients.
Examples:
Concoction recipe. Coffee milk concoction. The concoction of herbs and spices gave the soup a unique flavor.
Antidote.
A chemical substance or remedy that stops or controls the effects of a poison or disease.
Examples:
The antidote to the poison. The antidote for aging. Knowledge is the antidote to fear.
Mainstay.
A thing that is relied upon to support or uphold something else.
Examples:
The mainstay of the community. Country's mainstay. The company's mainstay product was a household appliance that was popular with consumers.
Bloodletting.
The act of intentionally cutting a person's skin or vein to remove blood once thought to cure various illnesses. Indiscriminate slaughter.
Examples:
Bloodletting device. Ethnic bloodletting. The doctor used bleaches for bloodletting, as they were thought to be more effective than cutting the skin.
Swell.
To become larger or more inflated, to become more intense or important.
Examples:
Swell at room temperature. Swell a population. His arm was swelling from the insect bite.
Lymph.
A colorless fluid containing white blood cells that carry waste matter away from body tissue and help to prevent infections from spreading.
Examples:
Lymph vessel. Lymph flow. There was a massive swelling of the lymph nodes.
Nod.
To lower and raise one's head, sometimes several times, as to show approval, agreement, greeting, or confirmation.
Examples:
Nod at each other. Nod courteously. She nodded quietly in response to the question.
Mend.
To repair or fix something that is broken or damaged.
Examples:
Mend broken relationship. Mend my ways. He mended the torn shirt with a needle and thread.
Cauterize.
To burn or sear tissue, especially for medical purposes, to stop bleeding or remove abnormal tissue.
Examples:
Cauterize the skin with moxa. Cauterize a problem. The surgical team had to cauterize the bleeding vessels to save the patient's life.
Lance.
A long, thin pole with a pointed metal end that was used by people fighting on horses in the past.
Examples:
Wield a lance. A pennant raised on a lance. The gates are guarded by cavalrymen armed with a lance.
Poke.
To push or prod with a sharp object or the finger.
Examples:
Poke around the desk. Poke a fire. They poked fun at each other's jokes, laughing and teasing.
Medicinal.
Of or relating to the treatment or cure of disease.
Examples:
Medicinal chemistry. Traditional medicinal. The medicinal properties of this herb have been known to help with various ailments.
Mobilize.
To make something ready for action or use, to organize people or resources for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Mobilize cooperation. Mobilize a stiff joint. The military mobilized troops to the border.